see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Work with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on to the next. Lift this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shoot, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war every exhibition.
Okay, now you should be able to hear me. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video episode podcast to talk about our favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic Monday. Today we're going to be diving into the schedule week. We're going to be diving into here that as well as the Arizona Cardinals 2024 opponents. And on top of that, I do have a question for you guys here in the poll, which we already got 18 votes. I end up asking you guys, do you think the Arizona Cardinals are good at the wide receiving core? Right now, we got 72% says yes, 28% says no. And I'll give you a little bit more insight as to why I'm asking you guys this question. And then we're also going to be diving into, do the Arizona Cardinals need more help just in general? Do you think we're going to be making a move just in general with the pending free agents or current free agents that are currently still available right now? But huge shout out here to the people that are currently in the chat. We got K1, we got Uncanny, Jakari, we got Michael, Isaac. What's up, y'all? Fishbowl, I see you up there. Nelson, Trashboat. What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all for being here. We're going to have a fun-filled show. If you guys definitely do me a huge favor, smack up the like button. Do it as you come in. Either if you're watching this on live or watching this on a playbook, smack up that like button. Do it for the algorithm, and let's get started. So this might be the last week that we're going to be starting to hear some exciting news for a very, very long time. This is going to be one of the last weeks we're going to be starting to hear some exciting news for a very, very long time. So obviously we had free agency in March. We had the draft in April. And then May, the excitement that comes around May is just that we have the schedule release for 2024. And I think that's kind of as exciting as it gets for, football just in general, not Cardinals fans, but just football in general. So we're going to be having the schedule release. The rumor is that we're going to be getting the schedule release this coming Thursday. Now, we didn't get a specific time as to when we are going to get that schedule release, but just be fully aware that sometime on Thursday from 8 a.m. to maybe 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. we should be getting the schedule sometime around that time block. Now, I remember last year when we were doing a watch party, I thought we were going to be getting the schedule around noon because there were some teams out there that got the schedule around noon, but the Cardinals, for some reason, took until like 3 or 4, if I can remember correctly, or if not 5. Like, it actually came out really, really late. But this is probably one of the last times we're going to get some exciting news. And obviously with the schedule coming out, we're going to be getting a lot of different video ideas, a lot of content coming your way with the potential, the Arizona Cardinals, roster, what it's going to look like, the prediction of the 53-man roster. We're also going to be doing, a win-loss prediction once we begin in the schedule here for the Cardinals. But we do got the opponents. The opponents was actually released late last year, if I'm not mistaken. So this is not news to a lot of people. If it is, well, then here we go. These are the opponents for the 2024 season for the Arizona Cardinals. We got our home slotted schedule there. And then we got our away slotted schedule there. Well, I guess I really wouldn't say schedule, but our opponents for the home and away. Our schedule is going to be coming out earlier, later on this week, most likely Thursday. I don't know exactly what time, but it's going to be coming out this Thursday for sure. But the home teams we're going to be playing here, it's going to be Chicago Bears. We got the Lions. We got the Patriots. We got the Jets, the Commanders, the Chargers, and then obviously our division rivals down there. And then the away teams is going to be Green Bay. We also got Minnesota, Miami, that's going to be pretty interesting to play Tua Tagovailoa. And then we got the Bills with Josh Allen. And then we got Bryce Young going into his second year. And then, of course, our 3 division rivals down there as well. Now, kind of looking at the opponents that the Arizona Cardinals are playing, next year, or I guess not next year anymore, in 2024, there's a lot of rookies. We're playing a lot of rookie quarterbacks. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that same thing. We're playing a lot of rookie quarterbacks. So this might come to the advantage of the Arizona Cardinals, because if you just look at, the Chicago Bears, right? You're playing Caleb Williams. You got the Patriots. I'm not sure if Drake May is going to be sitting, but Drake May, right? It's a potential quarterback rookie right there. And then we got Jaden Daniels with the Washington Commanders. And if you look at the away teams, JJ McCarthy on the other side, right? And you're playing a second year of Bryce Young. So the Arizona Cardinals, I feel like we're going to be in a very, very good situation pertaining to maybe we might win more games than people think just based off of schedule alone. I think the Arizona Cardinals can definitely very well be a surprising team to kind of be a sniffing or maybe even a playoff contention type of team. I've heard a lot of people come out here, a lot of national people. I believe CBS was one of the last ones that I heard, kind of, giving their own takes, saying things like, watch out for the Arizona Cardinals being a potential dark horse for our playoffs. And honestly, looking at the opponents, now, obviously, I think it just depends on what the schedule lays out as, but this looks like very favorable type of opponents for the Cardinals, being that 4 of these teams we're playing rookie or potentially could be playing rookie quarterbacks, right? Caleb, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and then JJ McCarthy as well with the Vikings. So I don't know. It's pretty favorable. It absolutely is pretty favorable here for the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to see exactly what the schedule is going to look like, so we can go ahead and do those win-loss records, those predictions to kind of get hyped up and pumped up, because literally right after May, we got June, and then we got July. And then in August is going to start the preseason, and then we got football here in September. So only 2 more months, ladies and gentlemen, not including May. I get it, May just started, but we just got 2 more months, not including May. And then we got football season coming back around, and it feels like we didn't kind of skip a beat. I think we were very, very much entertained with the draft for the Cardinals. We were very, very much entertained with free agency as well, adding some pieces that we did. None of the big names out there, but definitely still some very, very I don't want to call it mid-tier, but, those type of contracts that we were giving out. So pretty exciting just on its own, 2024. I'm very, very hyped up to figure out exactly what the Arizona Cardinals are going to do moving forward. So I have a question for you guys here in the poll. I got a poll question for you at the top of the chat for you YouTube people out there. If you're watching this on X/Twitter, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to participate. If you do want to participate in the poll, you got to find your way onto the YouTube side of it all. But I end up asking you guys in the chat below, do you think the Arizona Cardinals are good at wide receiver, or do you think we're going to be able to make another move, in the free agency poll currently right now? So we got 36 votes right now. And we have 72% saying, yes, we are good. And then you have 28% saying, no, please send help. Now, here's one of the biggest reasons why we're asking this question here, right? Here's the biggest question. To me, I'm a big advocate and a big fan of Michael Wilson. I like Michael Wilson. And obviously with the hype up of Marvin Harrison Jr. And the now finally getting the opportunity, Greg Dortch, there seems to be a lot of intrigue around the wide receiving core, but there is a lot of, I guess, scarcity or I guess nervousness around the idea of, can Michael Wilson stay healthy? Right? Because if Michael Wilson's going to be your wide receiver too, can he stay healthy? That's the biggest question out there right now. I like Michael Wilson. I think he had a really, really good 2023 rookie campaign. If he didn't get hurt and if there wasn't a quarterback carousel, I think he would have been putting up a lot better numbers than he did. But after Michael Wilson, you got Zach Pascal, you got Jeff Smith, you got Tajon Palmer, you got Daniel Arise, Andre Bocelli. Those seems to be kind of the people here that we have on our wide receiving core. Now, a guy that's very, very intriguing, if getting the opportunity, one of the undrafted rookies that we ended up bringing in, Xavier Weaver. Xavier Weaver is very, very intriguing, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for the people out there that are saying the Arizona Cardinals are not good, like we need help, what are your thoughts are on Xavier Weaver? because the Cardinals did end up bringing him wide receiver out of Colorado. He did play with Shadur Sanders, 6'1", 180 pounds. Definitely slight, slendered body type of guy, but a guy that's definitely a playmaker and can maybe be a number 2 for the Arizona Cardinals, maybe a number 3. I know we want Greg Dortch to be that number 3 for the Arizona Cardinals, and that's definitely a given there. But what are your thoughts on Xavier Weaver potentially being that number 2 guy if Mike Wilson does go down? Because here's the alternative right now. This is the alternative. There is still some free agents right now still available for the Arizona Cardinals to potentially bring in. There is still some free agents currently right now. Now, one of the top big name wide receivers just got picked up not too long ago. I believe it was over the weekend, if not Friday. Odell Beckham Jr., which I didn't want the Cardinals to bring him in. I'm not gonna lie. There was no. I never said once bring Odell Beckham Jr., but he's still a big name out there, but he ended up signing with the Miami Dolphins. But there's still some intriguing names that are still available in the free agent market right now. Safety Justin Simmons. Now, I don't think we need any safety help. There's cornerback Stephon Gilmore. Now, I think the Arizona Cardinals are actually fine with where they're at. Now, would I want the confidence of having a veteran? Of course, right? Yeah, definitely. I would love the idea of having a veteran cornerback with the Cardinals. I feel like there's a certain movement happening for the Arizona Cardinals, and I don't think they're going to go that route personally. But I do like Stephon Gilmore. I just don't think the Cardinals are going to do it. There's also safety Quandre Diggs, cornerback Xavier Howard, defensive lineman Calais Campbell. I know there's some people out there in the chat world that wanted Calais Campbell at one point in free agency. I just think when it comes down to it, Calais Campbell, although a fan favorite of the Arizona Cardinals when he was playing here, it's just he's up there, right? What is he, like 37, 38, 39, something like that? Although he might still be productive, he's definitely up there in age, and I'm not sure if it's going to fit the Arizona Cardinals now, right, in terms of what they're building. Although I would love them, I just don't know the Cardinals would do something like that. The biggest name out there right now that I've seen in my comments is going to be wide receiver Tyler Boyd. And it's kind of to help fill that second wide receiver 2 role. It's the biggest name I've been seeing in my comments a lot, Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd has been making his rounds within the NFL. I believe he's met with the Titans and a couple other teams as well. And I don't think he's been signed as of right now. But if he has, definitely let me know here in the comments or the chat. But I don't think he's been signed. Now, what is my take on Tyler Boyd? I really do like him as a wide receiver. I think he's a very, very suitable number 2 wide receiver, especially in a roster like the Cardinals. But I think the Cardinals are going to go with who we have right now on the roster. I think the Cardinals right now are going to go with who we have on the roster right now. I don't think there's any indication that we're probably going to be bringing in anybody else unless there's a big, big drastic injury within the, the training camp, the OTAs, everything that kind of leads up into the 2024 NFL draft. I'm sorry, the 2024 NFL season. I apologize. But I think the Cardinals right now are I think they feel good about who they have right now. Would I like Tyler Boyd? Of course. I think that would be kind of cool. But no, I think the Arizona Cardinals right now are okay with the wide receiving core heading into the 2024 season, with most likely Marvin Harrison Jr. being number 1, Mike Wilson being number 2, and then Greg Dortch being the slot guy. But we did bring some intriguing players, right? We did bring some intriguing players. If you want to talk about the draft, if you want to talk about, we also bring in Chris Moore. I'm not sure if anybody's a fan of Chris Moore, but we got another tall wide receiver, 6'1", 200 pounds, but definitely more of a journeyman type of guy. In 2023, had 22 receptions, 424 yards. So definitely nothing explosive, but the Cardinals did bring in a Chris Moore as well. So I just don't see the Cardinals bringing in a Tyler Boyd. So if I break anybody's dreams, I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. So to my question for you guys here in the chat, do you think the Arizona Cardinals are good at wide receiver? I would tend to agree with the 71% right now, because I truly feel like the Arizona Cardinals feel like they are okay at wide receiver. I think they're going to be fine with rolling with Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Greg Dortch. That's how I feel. And then, of course, with Trey McBride being your tight end 1, right? I feel like that's going to be the 2024 offense, right? And then James Conner in the backfield. I know Tyler Boyd would be cool. Tyler Boyd would be awesome, but there's definitely been no indication that the Cardinals are going to be or have any intrigue in Tyler Boyd. There's some intrigue with Xavier Weaver. Is he going to make the 53-man roster? Hopefully. Is Chris Moore going to make that 53-man roster? Most likely, right? Is Tajon Palmer, a late round pick, going to make the 53-man roster, right? There was some intrigue with him as well. He's 6'2", 210, so another big bodied wide receiver. I think the mantra of the Cardinals is going to be, we're going to be building this team through the draft, just exactly what they did in the 2024 season. So I think the Cardinals feel like they're fine. I feel like the Cardinals feel like they're fine. Let's see. What's up, Ian? Ian in the chat says, Boyd is mid. Okay, that's fair. We got my guy, Dea says no. We got Bring Calais back. That's not the first time I've heard Bring Calais back. Honestly, I really do like Calais Campbell as well. But being that his age is where it is right now, and what is his age? He's 37. Okay, he's 37 years old. And he's going to be 38 at the start of the season. I believe his birthday is September the 1st, per Google. So he's 37 right now. He's going to turn 38. I just don't see the Cardinals bringing in a veteran like him. Although Cardinal fans would love that, right? We love the idea of a Calais Campbell to come back in. I just don't know if the Cardinals are going to do something like that, just because, I don't know, like the age, kind of bringing in somebody that had, I don't know, like, would I do it? I love Calais. I personally would. But I don't know. I just don't think it's a Monty move personally. I just don't think it's a Monty move personally. Hunter Renfrow, Fishbowl in the chat said, I don't, is Hunter Renfrow still a free agent? 28 years old. Yeah, actually, yeah, he is still a free agent. Yeah, he is. Wow. Yeah, I mean, there's another potential there as well. Hunter Renfrow definitely has some NFL experience as well. I just, like I said, I want to be very clear. Would I bring in more wide receiving help for kind of just in case? Yes, I would. I'm not Monty though, right? Monty's going to do what he does. But Hunter Renfrow is 5'10", 185, right? So if we're looking at a guy that's going to be this type of, body frame, I think they might be fine with Greg Dortch kind of getting the full on opportunity personally. So, but to back up Dortch, it would make sense. I think Dortch is going to be that shoe-in guy. But if they did bring in a Hunter Renfrow, there's going to be a lot of shavings amongst the wide receiving core that we currently have right now, because we got a lot of people. Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Moore, Andre Bocelli, Dan. Is it? Shiznia? I most likely butchered that name. Michael Wilson, Zach Pascal, Jeff Smith, Xavier Weaver, Greg Dortch, Tajon Palmer, Daniel Rise. So there's definitely a lot of wide receivers. We have like definitely 7+, and there's going to be a shaving down of these wide receivers once they go through training camp and all those different things to kind of see maybe how many wide receivers we're going to be taking into the 2024 season. If I were to guess, I would probably say 5. I would say maybe 5 or 6 wide receivers. Of course, being the top 3 and then having some depth out there as well. So we'll see. Cardinals need another quarterback and need to have a security blanket for Murray. Great comment. I think the plan is that Desmond Ridder is going to be that guy. That's the plan. They're banking their buck on Kyler Murray is going to be able to stay healthy this year. Right. My mind, it kind of goes to that same as well, where we need to have a fully healthy Kyler Murray. And my mind goes like that as well, right? We need to have a contingency plan. But I think the Cardinals' contingency plan right now is going to be Desmond Ridder or Clayton Tune. We're going to probably see a quarterback competition for QB2 in preseason as well as training camp with either Desmond Ridder and Clayton Tune. But to be honest with you, they wouldn't make a move in bringing in Desmond Ridder if they weren't convinced he's going to be QB2. But I digress. Well, we'll have to kind of wait and see. I do like Clayton Tune as well. I'm glad that we drafted him. And I know Clayton Tune has been doing really, really good things with the whole tush push version of the, for the Cardinals. But we'll see. We'll see who becomes QB2. We do got our first super chat of the day. Mike Evans here in the chat. What's up, brother? He says, "Go Cards, go!" Absolutely. Thank you so very much for the super chat. let's go with a couple comments here, and then we'll move on over to the next topic. But honestly, I think it's a very, very good topic to have in terms of, will the Cardinals make a move, right? Because right now, per the votes, we got 71% saying the Cardinals are good at wide receiver right now. And I think that's kind of where most people's mind process is right now in terms of they feel like it's good. But I get the people that are concerned, right? Can Michael Wilson stay healthy? That's the biggest question out there, right? Can Kyler Murray stay healthy? That's the biggest question that we have. But we did bring in some pieces on the offensive line, and we're all hoping that Kyler can stay healthy for the entire 17-game stretch, because we need him. Absolutely do. Let's go with Joe V. Joe says, I remember back when we had Hopkins, before Marquise Brown was in AZ, the moment Hopkins got hurt, our receiving core was non-existent. Yeah, it was bad for sure. Even when we brought in Marquise Hollywood Brown, it didn't feel like the upgrade was there, right? On paper, it felt like the upgrade was there, but like we never got consistency out of Marquise, unfortunately. We didn't see a good dosage of Marquise in Kyler, unfortunately. So our wide receiving core right now, although the concerns only stem around Michael Wilson, can he stay healthy, right? But I think if we can have a fully healthy Michael Wilson, we could potentially have an 800-yard type of wide receiver. Like, truly, I truly believe that. We could definitely very well have an 800-yard type of wide receiver, and then throw in like 4 to 5 touchdowns, because Michael Wilson and Kyler Murray only got going in the last 2-3 games. And 3 games is being very, very kind. I honestly think it was the last 2 games that Michael Wilson and Kyler Murray's chemistry really started to shine amongst each other. And then, of course, you're bringing in a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. being your number 1. Then there's definitely some room for this wide receiving core can be good, right? But it's all contingent of, can Michael Wilson stay healthy? Can Greg Dortch? Now, Greg Dortch hasn't given us anything to be worried about, but we never seen a full year load of Greg Dortch in the slot. Can he stay healthy, right? We know that he's a dog when he gets the opportunity, but it's all going to depend on, can these guys stay healthy at the end of the day? We all want them to. Cardinals fans feel like we got a really good offense, right? Even per this poll question we have right now, we got 70% saying yes, we're good at wide receivers, right, or wide receiving core right now. So there's a kind of a lot of unknown right now. Excitement, but a lot of unknown. A lot of yeah. Here we go. Mike Evans with another contribution. He says maybe an edge rusher. Let's see here. Now, maybe I'm not sure. Let's see. You're saying like maybe bring in an edge rusher is what you're saying. So right now, the best edge rushers that are available in free agency are like, none of them are actually even. There's nothing really available right now, honestly. Actually, Emmanuel Ogbah, I believe, is still available, if I'm not mistaken. Former Miami Dolphin, he's still available, but that's kind of where it stops. The Cardinals right now are expecting a big jump from B.J. Ojulari. We got Zaven Collins that are still kind of that swing guy for us right now. And then we did just draft a guy as well for that role, Darius Robinson, which also can play kind of both, right? The inside and the outside as well. So I'm curious to figure out how Darius Robinson is going to be used. Because if he can truly become that guy, right, outside linebacker, that would be great. But I personally would like him on the inside. And then we also got Xavier Thomas in the draft as well. Xavier Thomas and Miles Murphy were Miles Murphy was an undrafted, and then Xavier Thomas was a late round guy. So, I mean, yeah, there's definitely some room for improvement on the roster for sure, right? There's definitely some room for improvement. I know the Cardinals went very, very deep, heavy on defense in free agency. And then on the draft, we did offense and defense, but it was very, very obvious what the Cardinals were trying to do. Now, I know Monty Ossenfort saying the plan wasn't for us to draft 3 cornerbacks, right? It was just really based off of value and who kind of fell to them at that position. But the Cardinals went deep, deep in cornerbacks. End up getting Max Melton. Also ended up getting Elijah Jones. And then we got another guy as well. For some reason, he's not on the depth chart for the Arizona Cardinals per ESPN. But we did get another guy here at the end of the draft as well. So like we went pretty heavy on cornerbacks as well. So we'll see. There's going to be a lot of fun competitions. A lot of fun competitions for the Arizona Cardinals in training camp. And we'll have to kind of wait and see, right? Can Keytrell make that big second year jump, right? Now, I know he got benched. Is Garrett Williams going to be moved to the slot, right? I think right now the only guy that has a for sure spot in the cornerback position is Sean Murphy-Bunting, is because we ended up bringing the veteran in to play cornerback for the Cardinals. But honestly, anything's kind of on the table. I would hope Max Melton is going to be opposite side of Sean Murphy-Bunting, and then Garrett Williams be moved to the slot. It's just, can Garrett Williams stay healthy, right? That's one of the biggest things out there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're going to be having the schedule coming out later on this week. Like I said earlier in the podcast, this is going to be the last time exciting things happen for NFL, or at least for the next couple of months. So definitely, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me here in March and April when it is the dead part of just the off season. Or I guess that's not the dead part. The dead part is this, where we're going through right now. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me in March, and April definitely means the world. But this is going to be the last time we're going to be hearing news before, or I guess big news, unless the Cardinals sign anybody, before we kind of get started for the 2024 season. And I'm super, super excited. Super, super excited. Jack in the chat says, I need an AZ UK game. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I heard a rumor about potentially the Cardinals having an international game. It's just, we're not going to know until the schedule actually comes out. But I did hear a rumor about potentially, because the NFL is definitely trying to expand outside the United States realm. And then UK, I think Germany has been pitched as well. And I think there's going to be a game there. Did I hear Brazil as well? I think there might be a game in Brazil as well. So like it's wild. Yeah, it's definitely wild. We're definitely, the NFL is going international. It's just, can the Cardinals bring that level of fan base? I guess that's the way the NFL is going to look at it. If you're going to tell me, right, I would love the Arizona Cardinals to go to UK, right, to Germany, to Brazil. It's just, do they covet it that big of a fan base in those type of countries? Now I get it. I feel like anybody who's an NFL fan would probably rush to a game, regardless if they're not a fan of the Bird Gang, right? Regardless if they're not a fan of the Cardinals, they probably would rush to the game because of the experience of the NFL coming. So there's that as well. But you do got to bring in level of intrigue as well. And I think per the national narrative, although the Cardinals have gotten better, right? According to you, according to me, the Cardinals definitely have gone better. It's just that we need to prove it. We need to prove that we're going to be a consistent team in 2024. Kyler Murray needs to come back and play like a very, very good, very, very good quarterback, like we know he can be. So it's just kind of one of those things. It's just kind of a wait and see. But I would love that. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. K1 in the chat says, Tajon Palmer is going to surprise some people here in AZ. Guy can ball. I mean, there's some very intriguing guys. Absolutely. Right. So to kind of go back to the poll question that I ended up asking you guys, do you guys think the Arizona Cardinals are good at wide receiver? 70% says yes, we're good at wide receiver, right? 29% says no. But there are some very intriguing guys that we got in the draft process, whether you want to talk about, Tajon Palmer or talk about Xavier Weaver, right? Those type of guys are going to be guys that the Cardinals brought in that they really like. So you never know. We might have a guy that's going to be able to be right behind Michael Wilson if unfortunately he's not able to stay healthy. If he is, then we don't got to worry about it. I think that if the Arizona Cardinals can have a healthy Michael Wilson and then have a healthy Greg Dortch and have a healthy Marvin Harrison Jr., this wide receiving core can be very, very good, especially with our deadly running game, right? I really do like our running game with James Conner. So if he can stay healthy, which we haven't seen it, but if he can stay healthy, we can have a really good offense for sure. We got Jimmy in the chat says, if we get a game in UK, it will be the Vikings road game this season. I mean, well, let's take a look at the opponents here. Let's take a look at the 2024 opponents for the Arizona Cardinals here. Again, I know we saw this a little earlier in the beginning of the stream, but these are the opponents for the Cardinals. This isn't the schedule, but these are the opponents the Arizona Cardinals are going to be playing here at home. as well as the away opponents as well. So for home, we got Chicago, we got the Patriots, we got the Commanders, we got the Lions, the Jets, and then we got the Chargers, and then our 3 division rivals. And then we got the Green Bay Packers, the Vikings, Dolphins, Bills, and then second year of Bryce Young with the Panthers and the 3 division rivals. I said this before. We're playing 4 rookie quarterbacks if they start in this schedule. 4 rookie quarterbacks if they start this year. Caleb, I think, is going to be a starter. I'm not sure if they're going to be starting Drake May. I would personally, but they're probably going to wait a few, maybe weeks, maybe in the end part of the season. So it really just depends on what happens with, when we play the Patriots. But we have a potential of playing Drake May. We have a potential of playing Jaden Daniels. We have a potential of playing JJ McCarthy. So like we have a very favorable schedule on paper. On paper, it's just really kind of depend, right? Can the Cardinals take advantage of knocking these rookies around, right? Knocking these rookies around and seeing if we can we could make some noise. Because if you truly think the Cardinals can beat 2 out of the 4 of those rookies, and let's say we go 500 in our division, that's already 5 wins, right? That's already 5 wins. That's not including second year of Bryce Young. That's not including the Bills that lost a lot of talent. That's not including the Green Bay Packers. It's not including the Miami Dolphins, the Jets, the Lions, which usually always play us tough. And then we got the Chargers as well. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I hope we beat every single one of those rookie players, right? Those rookie quarterbacks. Truly, it's an opportunity for the Cardinals to take advantage of those rookie quarterbacks. And it's a really good problem to have to play those rookie quarterbacks for sure. We got Crone in the chat. Says, if we can't win 8 games or better, something is wrong. 100%. Now, I agree with that. 100%. I agree with that. You look at this, it's favorable. It's favorable, right? And I get it. Every one of these guys are NFL teams, right? Every one of these teams are NFL teams, and it's going to be a competition for sure. But I agree with you 100%. I feel like if the Cardinals cannot win more than 8 games or even 8 games, there's definitely something wrong. Now, that definitely needs to be under the contingency that Kyler Murray stays healthy for the entirety of the year. And if Kyler Murray can stay healthy for the year, then we might be cooking. We might be cooking up something here for sure. We might be cooking up something here for sure. So I agree with you, Crone, for sure. I agree with you for sure. If we can't win 8 games or better, something is wrong. Definitely. Justin in the chat says, also McBride is basically a receiver. Yeah. A lot of people don't talk about because obviously we're just talking about the wide receiving core, but we can't forget one of the best tight ends out there, right? One of the best tight ends in the NFL in Trey McBride. So Kyler Murray, if he can stay healthy, has weapons. And you don't need every single guy being a big name, right? You don't need that. You just need 2 big names and guys that are very, very good at the positions. We got that. Marvin Harrison Jr., as long as the hype is real and he translates into the NFL very well, which most people feel like he can, right? So we got Marvin Harrison Jr., we got Trey McBride in the middle, we got a very, very nasty run game in James Conner, and then we got Greg Dortch, which we all know is a dog because he's getting the opportunity. He loves to take advantage of those opportunities. And if Michael Wilson can stay healthy, although not a big name, right? People outside the Bird gang, right? Outside the Arizona Cardinals fan base, they probably don't know Michael Wilson, but that's okay, right? The 49ers should know him. Didn't he put on like 2 touchdowns on them? So Michael Wilson is a good wide receiver if he can stay healthy. I think if he can stay healthy, give me 700, 800 yards. I think that's a very successful season for Michael Wilson. Greg Dortch, give me 500, 600 yards in the slot, and then let Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. do the rest. Let Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride do the rest. Ian in the chat says, I'll be at the AZ versus Chicago game this year. My brother's a big Bears fan. Awesome. Well, that's super cool, right? I mean, there's an opportunity to say Caleb Williams as well. So it's going to be very intriguing. There's going to be a lot of intriguing home games coming our way. A lot of intriguing home games. The Lions, we're not talking about very much, but the Lions have Super Bowl aspirations, right? The Jets have Aaron Rodgers, and let's call it like it is. Every time we played Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, when the lights were the brightest, the Cardinals always kind of had Aaron Rodgers' number. So hey, maybe that might be a dub for the Cardinals as well. I don't want to call my shot right now. I want to see what the schedule looks like. And right now, the schedule is going to be coming out on Thursday, the 9th of May. So in about 3 days, we're going to be getting the schedule for the Arizona Cardinals 2024. And with that comes more content. So definitely keep tuned because we're going to have a lot to talk about once the schedule kind of comes up. 4 rookies on the schedule, 4 rookie quarterbacks is a recipe for success for us. Hopefully we can take advantage of it. Leo in the chat said we are not beating the Jets. I mean, they do got a good defense. They really got a good defense for sure. Aaron Rodgers is no slouch. I agree with that. But I'm just kind of talking about Cardinals versus Green Bay / Aaron Rodgers. I always felt like we kind of had their number. So maybe it translates. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Darius Robinson and Cam Thomas should play inside on the D-line. I think Darius Robinson is going to. I think Darius Robinson is going to. Personally, I think he's going to. Cam Thomas, he needs to do something. Cam Thomas needs to do something to try to revive his 3rd round selection. Cameron Thomas right now might be fringe. In the next couple of years, we might not have him on our roster type of guy. There was a lot of hype and a lot of praise for Cam Thomas as well as Majay, but we all know what happened to Majay, right? Ended up going to the Texans, and I'm not even sure if he's on a team anymore, if not a practice squad. So, like, Cameron Thomas needs to do something this year in order for him to maybe stay with this organization for the next couple of years because there's nothing been there. But, I mean, he really hasn't had a lot of opportunity as well. So, it's tough. It's really tough. Cam Thomas might be getting cut this train. I agree. If he doesn't get cut he needs to do something because in the next 1 or 2 years, he might not be on this roster anymore. And which sucks because it was a 3rd round selection. But like now seeing what Monty's plan is and what Monty's going to do, I think at the end of the day, like, we just got to say we got to say goodbye to a lot of these Steve Keim picks because they're not translating. They're not translating. Jack in the chat says, on paper, the defense has gotten so much better. I'm excited. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We didn't have a great defense last year for sure. We did not have a great defense. We had some pieces. We were playing hard, right? We played hard, but we brought in some talent. We brought in some very, very, very good noticeable talent, especially on the D-line. They're not big names, but they're definitely guys that can stop the run. And that's why we brought in Nichols. That's why we brought in Jones. And then we brought in Darius Robinson from the draft. Max Melton play cornerback. I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good. As long as we can remain that physicality, I think the Arizona Cardinals can definitely very well be good. So just to recap, the schedule will be coming out Thursday, May the 9th. So very, very soon, within the next 3 days. And this is going to be the 2024 Arizona Cardinals regular season opponents. Those are our home teams and then our away teams. We're playing 3 rookie quarterbacks at home, and then we're playing 1 rookie quarterback away. And that's going to be that Minnesota Vikings. I'm not sure if that's going to be an international game or if it's going to be one of those situations where it's just going to be in Minnesota. We'll have to kind of wait and see, but we will be getting our answers within the next 3 days because that is when the schedule is going to be released for the NFL. So May the 9th, this coming Thursday, the 2024 schedule is going to be released. I just want to keep saying it because I know there's some people in the chat saying, where is it coming out? May 9th. May 9th. Let's read a few comments, and then we'll be closing up shop. Today, basically, we talked about the thought of should the Cardinals go after a wide receiver, Hunter Renfrow, Tyler Boyd. We talked about that a little earlier in the stream. Just to recap, I don't think the Cardinals are going to do anything. I think they're fine in terms of who we have on the roster right now. We couldn't stop the run to save our lives. That's what I want to see us do this year. Kazir White and Mac Wilson should be solid. I think it's going to be Kazir White, Mac Wilson, middle guys. I think those are going to be the middle guys for us. So yeah, I agree. We brought in some beef for sure. We brought in some beef in that defensive line. So definitely their forte is to stop the run, and I hope the Cardinals can definitely very well do it too. Keep it with the chat. Nobody's talking about White and Wilson at linebacker. I feel like we could have our version of Greenlaw and Warner. Well, we know what we have in Kazir White, right? I think a lot of us know what we have in Kazir White. Physical guy, loves to put his nose down and tackle people, right? We know what we have in Kazir White, and we've seen some highlight of Mac Wilson Sr. It's just because he was a gadget guy, right? And he put on a lot of weight for the Patriots on that last year. And there was word that the Patriots actually wanted to bring him back. It's just they weren't going to offer him what the Cardinals were going to offer him. That's the reason why we got him. But like, it just really depends. Like, are we going to put him in a best position to succeed? Right. I have high hopes. I like Mac Wilson. I like that he's very, 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 very engaging within the fan base already. I think it's really, really cool. It's just, can he translate and can we put him in the best position to succeed? And I do think he's going to be weak inside linebacker, opposite side of Kazir White for sure. Mike, what matchups are you looking forward to this year? Great question, Ian. Let's bring this back up here. Honestly, I'm excited to have football back in general, to be honest with you. I'm excited to play Caleb Williams. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm excited to play Caleb Williams. I'm excited to potentially play Jaden Daniels. I'm excited to potentially play Drake May. I'm excited to potentially play JJ McCarthy. Like, for some reason, these young rookie quarterbacks that we have coming in here, those are going to be the most intriguing to me. And of course, you have your divisional rivals, right? Like your Rams. I want to make sure the Cardinals don't get swept by the Rams again. Like that would annoy the living heck out of me if we get swept by the Rams again. We need to win at least one by the Rams, right? But the ones that are most intriguing to me is probably going to be the Bears, the Commanders, Patriots, and JJ. The Vikings because of JJ. Those ones are really, really intriguing to me. Just because I really want to come after them. Like I really want to come after them this year. So I'm excited, man. This is definitely going to be a favorable schedule for the Cardinals. Just how is it going to match up, right? How is it going to match up here at the end of the day? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. YouTube world, appreciate y'all for being here, by the way. Right now, we're sitting with 29 likes. I think we got over 60 people here in the chat. Definitely do me a huge favor. Smack up that like button. Do it for the algorithm. Let's see if we can get to 40 or 50 likes here in the YouTube chat below. Definitely smack it up. Let's see if we can continue to read some comments, and then we're going to be closing up shop here at the 45-minute mark. Matthew in the chat says the Lions are going to be because they're, yes, I agree. The Lions are going to be a competitive game for the Cardinals for sure. They got Super Bowl aspirations. Like I said, they got Super Bowl aspirations. So it's going to be a very good competitive matchup for sure. Let's take a look here. Leo says interior should be Bilal and Justin. Outside, I would love BJ and Darius. Maybe we can play interior too. Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I think it's very, very intriguing to see something like that for sure. Bilal and Justin most likely will be getting the nod to be the interior guys. For some reason, I love the ideas of Darius also being a run stuffer, but if he's an edge rusher for the Cardinals and he's actually making production there, put him in the best position to succeed. You know what I mean? Put him in the best position to succeed. Position to succeed. That's kind of the way I feel about it. Did you see the podcast with Jared and Trey? Got me excited to play the Rams game. I didn't see it. I heard some hype about it. I didn't see it actually. You're talking about Trey Benson and Jared Verse, right? No, I didn't see it. I did hear some things about it though. But yeah, no, it's very exciting. Honestly, it's really, really cool to see, two players coming out of FSU going to division rivals. I just hope that Trey Benson gets some sort of production. I hope Trey Benson gets stuck because I really want to say Trey Benson. I really want to see Trey Benson in the backfield. Obviously, James Conner's RB1, obviously, but I really want to see Trey Benson back there. One more comment, and then we're going to be closing up shop. We got Cards fan says, I think Petzing will take some pressure off Kyler. K1 has been our whole offense for seasons now. I agree with you. Yeah. We're gonna be a run heavy, not like I don't think the run game is gonna be our full primary like identity, but we're going to be having a lot more run than we're used to seeing, right? We're going to be having that 12 personnel, that 2 tight end set, where we're going to be seeing a very heavy package. Sorry, pause. we're gonna have a lot of beef. Because we're gonna have a lot of big, heavy packages. Is what I'm trying to say, right? Well, that's what we're trying to go after now. Petsing is bringing a different level of offense that we're not used to, right? With the last, the Cliff Kingsbury experience. You know what I mean? The Cliff Kingsbury experience got us pretty boy football and didn't really do very much for us. So we're going back to old school football, smash mouth, run it down your throat, that type of football. And I agree that's going to be giving a lot of help to Kyler Murray, because it's not going to be all Kyler Murray. It's going to be the run game. It's going to be Trey McBride, being open in the middle, that type of stuff. So I'm excited. Yes, 100%. All right, we're going to be closing up shop here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Stay tuned for Thursday. We most likely probably will have some videos sprinkled in here and there. The last video we ended up releasing was about Marvin Harrison Jr. So if you want to check that out, it is available on the channels under the video column on the channel, solely on Marvin Harrison Jr. being most likely the next superstar in the NFL. So definitely check it out if you guys haven't already. Also, huge shout out to the sponsors of the video. One of the biggest sponsors that definitely does wonders for us is going to be none other than Aura. Right now, we do got a free 14-day trial. Pretty much, Aura is exactly kind of like your NordVPN, right? Kind of something like a security type of situation. If you're looking for anything like that to kind of help protect you and your family and have none of your information being leaked out into the interweb, try out Aura for free. Here in the link below, you will see a very customizable link. You're going to be able to get yourself a very free trial, a 14-day trial. If you want to try them out. So appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everybody. We're going to be closing up shop right here. Thank you as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cards.
Every extra mission, every enemy listening, get off my dick. I got bad intentions, make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know